All right, guys, I was gonna do a really quick update because I'm on a roll with filming tonight. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna cook dinner or get it started because I'm really hungry and I'm really tired. So now I just filmed my Lane Bryant fashion show, and now making dinner. Got my loungy clothes on. Dan calls it my house dress, but it's a skirt and t-shirt, but it's comfy. So yeah, I'm making baked spaghetti. This is not like a low-carb meal. This meal has lots of carbs, but I'm using this Protein Plus. I don't know how bad the lighting is, but pasta. Protein Plus pasta. And we'll see how it turns out. Speaking of which, I should get this boiling too. Hold that thought. Okay, we're back in business. I'm glad I said that out loud because I completely forgot to start boiling the protein pasta. I went ahead and got grass-fed beef because, I don't know, I just feel like it's a little bit healthier, probably a lot healthier. Someday, I'd like to invest in like half a cow or something and freeze our own beef. One of my cousins gets that. I think it's a gift from her in-laws every year, and she shares it with her mom, who's my aunt, and she shared it with me one year, and the beef was so flavorful and much different than store-bought beef. So that's always in the back of my mind as something to do eventually. Oh yeah, so, well, just because I know you're going to ask, I'm going to get it out of the way as far as how I'm making this recipe. So I'm making a meat sauce. I'm browning the ground beef. I'm going to drain it. I'm going to add 2 jars of the pasta sauce. Could probably get away with a jar and a half, but I'm going to go ahead and add the second one. So then you've got your sauce. You boil your pasta, you drain it, you put the pasta back in the hot pot, and then you put some cream cheese on it, which I can't remember on the recipe. I usually just kind of do 2 or 3 dollops of the package. So like here's a package that I used last time, and I used that much last time. So I'll probably use maybe that much. It just kind of adds that cheesy coat to the pasta. And then once that's melted, oh, and then you add some garlic. I just use garlic powder, and then some basil. Again, I just use dry just for convenience sake. And then you pour the sauce over it, and then you put it in you can use different containers. You could do a 13 by 9, or you could do like a glass casserole or a ceramic casserole. Basically just a casserole dish, braces. And then you bake it off. I think you add Parmesan cheese on top is what I usually do. And then I saw this on Pinterest. And then you bake it for, I'm gonna put it at 375 probably for 20 to 30 minutes. Everything's cooked, it's just kind of like, I don't know. It changes the texture of the pasta a little bit, so it's more of a baked versus an al dente pasta, if that makes sense. So anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. This is not a cooking video, I'm sorry. So I'm not gonna be showing all the steps. Like I said, my intention was just to make a really quick update while I'm cooking because I'm hungry. So, what else? So my update, I went to the doctor's office, and she was really great. She didn't shame me about my weight. It really wasn't even really discussed that much, to be honest. My blood pressure was 122 over 77. My heart sounds great. My lungs sound great. She felt like I was in a pretty good spot. So my weight right now, or at the doctor's office, was 377. My highest weight ever was 535. My lowest weight was in 2014, and that was 330. And I stayed there for a while, and then slowly it started to creep back up, unfortunately. So what's that, a 40-pound gain? Honestly, I don't know. I'm not like freaking out about it. I've lost and gained, gosh, I think at least 70 pounds multiple times, like 3 times in my life. So a 40-pound weight gain in a year or year and a half, I don't really think is too bad. But I know some people might think differently. Hold that thought. I've got you in the cupboard. One sec. Hi. Okay, there you are. I'm gonna put some garlic salt on this mother. So, got this really cool electric pepper grinder that my brother got for me. And I've got garlic powder over here. Leave that out actually. My pantry, basically I have these 2 cupboards with like food and stuff in them, but I'm not super happy with the setup. I just kind of got it unpacked, like in a working state right now, but it's not ideal. Anyway, so doctor, she went ahead and, so sorry, this is so scattered, bear with me. She went ahead and referred me to a GYN provider, and then, I will meet with her and talk to her about starting the family planning talks. And I suspect the GYN provider will want to do more lab work and probably talk to me about my weight, things like that, rather than the primary care doctor. So, just gonna drain off some of this grease. It's not enough to really pour it out, so I'm just gonna dab it with a paper towel. So I have an appointment with the OBGYN, I think late June, mid to late June, and see how that goes. What else? She did do some lab work, and she didn't do as much as I would have liked, to be honest with you, being a bariatric patient. You know, so she did my ferritin level, which was low, so she came back and said I needed to start taking some supplements. She did CBC, which all came back normal, and then a B12, which wasn't on the low scale, but she said that she wants me to add some of that as well. Now I will, sorry, I'm jiggling. I will say this, I am not a very good bariatric patient because I haven't been taking my supplements like I should. And I can be honest with you guys and say that. So, I need to do a better job, as well as thinking about family planning. She did say start taking prenatals now. So I bought on Amazon. Dan and I are Amazon Prime members, so I did buy some vitamins, and I think maybe I'll do a vitamin haul once I get them. And I bought him some too. Somewhere on a feed I was reading that the guys should take some also, so I can do that. She didn't test me to see if I'm pre-diabetic or anything, which, I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like, I feel fine. I don't really have any symptoms, but who knows? You know, some of those things you really don't know until you do the lab work. So, like I said, I'm sure the GYN will do more. And I think that's about it. Oh, someone did ask about, hold on, I gotta run the sink. Someone did ask about with babies and having babies and worrying about the pregnancy weight and how to get the weight off after. So honestly, that's really not like a huge worry for me, because I've always been big and I feel like I will always be big to a point. I would love to get to 300 pounds, or even, gosh, 250 would be great. I'm tall, the way I'm built, I have a long torso. In high school I got to 242 and I looked pretty thin, and so, I mean, thin for me, okay, but so I want to have a baby, so I'm not really gonna freak out about the weight gain or freak out about, you know, the after. If it were up to me, I'd rather have a baby and have to wear bigger clothes. I mean, obviously health is a priority. So health is more of a priority for me than clothing size. So as long as I'm healthy, as long as I'm not having eating disorder behaviors or hurting myself or someone else, that would be great. I'd happily wear Lane Bryant clothes forever if that's what it takes. So there's no need to like project about it too much right now, because frankly we're gonna go step by step. So we're gonna go talk to the doctor and then we'll work on the next step after that. So there we go. There's my update. I'm gonna leave it at that. Pasta's boiling, sauce is ready. I'm pooped. Today was my first Saturday without Dan, which sounds weird, and I feel like a whiner because a lot of you guys, you know, said that you don't get to see your guys or spouses or partners or however we want to call them as much either. So I understand how you're feeling. So but anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for following me. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.